And coming to you live over here in the city of Ukhuduk here over in Uzbekistan. We are here, of course, with the 67th edition of ESL Open Cup, number 67. I am your host, Yaku of Yakuzaku. And with me today, we have la pasta térmica para la CPU que puede obtener del menú de desayuno de McDonald's, like underscore VIP. How we doing over here, right?
Mate, are you dying? What happened? Meanwhile, thank you so much, Lord Logan. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Yako, you okay? I should be the one dying right now. I don't know what the hell is happening over in Singapore, mate. Oh my god.
I wanted to ease you in, you know. We didn't have any, what's it called, in between periods between Bota and Open Cup Asia, so I was like, you know what? I should ease you in slowly, right into coming in before we get to, and, you know. But I guess I should have just gone in.
And we are sporting in to Packet Industries LE. LE, of course, stands for Liquid.
Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. There you go. That is
you can
when
shorten it to be like a Liquipedia if you want it.
There you go. That's Wikipedia right there. Shout out to Ducklings. Thank you so much for being with us before. But here we are in the bottom left. We have our South Korean Zerg player. He is red, representing KZ Gaming KCG. It is Solar.
Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, the blue Terran player coming back after a long leave of military absence very recently. Everybody get your reaction gifts ready, for we have the blue Terran player representing. I'm actually unfamiliar with this clan. To my knowledge, KeeN was actually teamless for a while.
He's teamless.
He is teamless, but representing Dopen, he is KeeN.
Mate, your yell actually made me jump.
Listen, you said you didn't want to be eased in. So,
It actually surprised me. Aye. There we go. Well, what's up, Yaku? How you been? How you been this early morning? What's going on, man?
It's great. I got to see not Victor, but Victor. Smash in Bota. Well, not exactly. It was close finals over there, but yeah. I was glad to see my NA Terran boys doing really well.
Yeah. For those wondering, maybe tuning into the VODs, we did just finish up with Battle of the Americas. Vindicta just took down El Chamaco himself. And maybe that's a tell for things today, because I don't know if you looked at the bracket, but there is a distinct lack of Protoss.
That there is. Now, a lot of people would be saying, you know, well, we have a couple of Protoss players, you know, our Protoss regulars, rather, I should say. They're going to be playing in GSL, so maybe they want to hide their builds. No, that only explains Zest and Trap. What's Parting's excuse?
Exactly. Parting isn't here, Stats isn't here. As you said, Trap and Zest, these 4 Protoss players, they are like the staple, the standard of ESL Open Cup Asia, and they're gone, mate. And that could mean that, hey, we may not have a Protoss champion.
Exactly. If any of them aren't in the semifinals, then you know something is going very, very wrong. But yeah, I guess they were all just afraid of KeeN today.
Yeah, but you know who's not afraid? Mate, Solar is not afraid. He is rushing across the map with all these roaches. What is it to defend? Hellions, nothing but Hellions, and that's all he's got, mate. He does have 1 Liberator on the way, and that will definitely help, but this is kind of dangerous for KeeN.
It very much is, especially without anything to put into that bunker. I will say, though, despite having only Hellions, KeeN is doing exactly what he needs to do with them. He has been buying himself so much time. We'll see if this actually, you know, amounts to much. No, not enough Ravagers here to really take out the Liberators, and he's doing a decent job of zoning here towards the left, but mate, over to the right. Enough roaches managed to get in, prevent that bunker from finishing up. And a single Marauder is going to come out, but it's not going to have much of a buffer to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the roaches are still dealing an insane amount of damage. To be fair, they haven't killed a lot of SCVs, but there is zero mining here at the natural base. Damage is being done. And behind this, mate, Solar is just droning up.
He very much is. Honestly, a little bit surprised KeeN was able to hold that without taking too many SCV losses, but a lot of lost mining time, as you said. A couple of idle SCVs still not back to mining, and at the end of the day, that wasn't the end game here for Solar. He just wanted to pressure a little bit, make sure that he can keep KeeN honest, and then go into a bit more of a standard game here. This is Solar really just saying, you know what? You've been out of it for a while. Let me test how good you are at holding stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see. I mean, ooh, KeeN, he does get into the mineral line, and the drones are kind of lining up. A lot of damage is being done, and that is because there were no links here to defend, only queens.
Yeah, kind of the side effect of going for a roach rush into droning up like that. Don't have too many defenses here. You're going to be reliant a lot more on the queens. Definitely do think KeeN could have gotten a bit more over there, but still, 8 drones with both the Hellions and the Liberators. Absolutely massive.
Oh yeah, and you know what? The Hellions, they dive in back again. They get some more damage done. This will eventually be cleaned up, but oh my god, so much damage. And a lot of that, again, not just because there weren't any links, but he even skipped link speed to go for those faster roaches. Link speed only just now finishing up.
For a quick second, I thought he canceled it, but no, it did finish up.
Oh boy,
but
thankfully.
It's still a little bit of a worrying sign, isn't it, for Solar? He did just finish up his metabolic boost, Zergling speed, that's the word, and he's only now starting to get his Baneling Nest. Thankfully, he didn't skip out on that lair, so he'll be able to get his Baneling speed immediately once that finishes up 2-2 as well. And I guess most importantly is that Spire is still very much on the way, still another way for Solar just establish map control and keep KeeN on his side.
Definitely. I mean, I feel like what's important is that KeeN, he was able to like weather the storm and deal all that damage, and all of this tech is a little bit delayed because of that initial roach push. So Solar, he will eventually get into those mutas that he wants to get into, but yeah, things are not looking the worst here for KeeN. You know, he's landing his third base, he's looking to try to establish it. Yeah.
Gonna be honest, I thought, I was just looking at this, I thought KeeN, alright, he's just re-debuting here. Solar, without a doubt, one of the best Zerg players in Korea. Yeah, this should just be a 2-0 in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, game number 1 did go on for a little bit longer. Not sure what happened in that game, but it wasn't completely one-sided if the timer is anything to go off of.
Yeah, for those wondering, we are jumping in mid-series. Solar is already up 1-0 in this best of 3. I believe it was casted by Inu, but none of the other English casters were able to get into it, unfortunately. But we are here in game number 2, and yo, this drop does get into the main base. A lot of damage is being done, but the Bailings are rolling in.
They are! Hot pickup right at the last second here for KeeN. And he is just able to go back and forth between the main and the third base like that. This is why Darking says, this is the Terror map. He's even able to get one of these queens. He's not going to be able to stay here for too much longer, now with the mute is out.
Oh, exactly. One of the Medivacs does. Yeah, decent damage was done, but the Medivacs look like they will get picked up. Oh, one of them just barely. 2 HP. Yo, but it doesn't even matter.
One hit. That it does not. There's more than enough links over here. The Banelings not quite able to get their connections done, but at the end of the day, there's just way too much Zerg regardless. KeeN is gonna be able to hold the counter push here, but he really wanted to, go for this big timing, and it just got completely shut down by Solar.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he wanted to try and deny this base or deal even more economic damage, but Solar was able to defend, was able to, for the most part, clean up the push in the middle of the map. But what's important is that KeeN was able to establish his third base, right? He was able to land it. Now it's fully saturated. He's taking all his gases and working on his upgrades as well. Like, things are pretty evenly lined up when it comes to 2-2, again, because the Evos were so delayed for Solar. So yeah, this is still anyone's game.
It really much is. It's definitely going to be a factor of who is going to establish map control more when you're going for a Mutilating Bane versus Marine Mine Medevac style like this.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile,
Oh no, Pig!
I hope everything is okay with Pig. I hope internet-wise everything is okay. But it's also quite possible that maybe he got wind of another series and he just like hopped out and he wanted to cast something else. Again, there are 3 English streams going on right now, so the more we spread out, the better.
Yep, it is us, Pig, and Steadfast as well. So yeah, just trying to spread up as much as possible. I will have to check to see if Gemini is casting again this week, but not too sure about that one.
Yeah, yeah, especially because Trap isn't here. True. If Trap was here, 100% he would be casting. Oh boy. So hopefully he's okay. Meanwhile, the Mutas, they trying to get in. Oh, Widowmine does connect.
And a pretty good hit right in the center of those Mutalists, but Solar did back away before KeeN is able to really clean up after that. A lot of creep tumors being thrown down right now for Solar. He has not skipped a beat when it came to this, and it's already over on KeeN's side of the map. I mean, there's taking, there's being on your opponent's side of the map, and there's being right on your opponent's front door when it comes to creep and Solar.
Yeah.
He is right at the front door.
I mean, Solar, for the most part of this game, for the majority of this game, he has had map control, and it's been really difficult for KeeN to really do anything about this creep spread. Finally, he's cleaning up some creep tumors, which is great, but again, it's being spread so well everywhere else. But KeeN, he himself, just like Solar, he's getting close to maxing out.
And he is looking to go for a massive push with his 2-2 timing. It is just about to finish up.
Oh god, that
so
it is.
Trying to decide where, or trying to figure out where KeeN's army is at, where he needs to focus his own.
Yeah, I love that KeeN didn't fall for the bluff, by the way, because there is a sensor tower here. KeeN saw the massive army of Solar and he didn't flinch. Like, he didn't move his army at all. He's like, what are you gonna do? There's a wall there, mate, with tanks. I'm perfectly fine here, and he's still here on the right-hand side with the main army of Solar, and oh my god, the Thor is even getting some juicy shots.
Very connected there, right in the heart of Swarm. But as time goes on, that Ultralist Cavern for Solar is about to be finishing up. Now, Solar can't actually make any Ultras because he is maxed out.
Yeah, but Solar will have to trade his army at some point.
Yeah, but I guess you don't want to immediately be making Ultras too either. You want to be making sure that you have the upgrades that you need. And Solar's looking to trade here.
Oh god, that he is. At the same time, the Mutas were trying to sneak into the main base, but KeeN was on top of everything. He already had Marines here ready and waiting in the main base, now throwing down a couple of missile turrets. Regardless, these Mutas are not finding any damage whatsoever. They picked off a missile turret, and that is kind of it. Meanwhile, KeeN, he's pushing into creep.
Pretty deep into creep as well. Okay, backs away a little bit. Doesn't have too many techs right now, so it's a bit of a tougher... It's a bit less reliable when it comes to splash damage, utilizing these mines, but a very juicy connection on top of those Banelings. Sort of still has plenty more where that came from, though, and he is deep. Or he is getting deeper and deeper into creep. KeeN is. This is exactly where Solo wants to fight.
Exactly. At the same time, KeeN was actually fighting those Mutas on the top half of the map, and the Mutas were forced back, and now this drop will be dealing some damage here. At the same time, KeeN, he's looking to push on forward, and Solar, does he have enough?
And KeeN gets some very nice snipes here on top of the Banelings before any of them could really connect. This is part of the reason why you always want to get concussive shells like that. I'm liking that KeeN did not neglect the Marauder count either. He knows that Ultralists are going to be a possibility, and Marauders are definitely the unit that you want, but these Banelings are looking to get right on top of these Marines! Really good snipes there. But a couple of Banelings do connect in the end. KeeN doing such a good job keeping these stores alive.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Even though there are no more Banelings left, which would normally be a good thing for the Terran, you know what? The Ultras are coming out. Finally, Solar was able to clear up that supply and he can get into his Ultralists. And I'm a little bit concerned, KeeN, is he ready for them? Does he have enough Marauders? Does he have enough Ghosts? Does he have enough to contend with the big boys? They be thick.
Not what I'm looking at right now. Like, enough of the Marauders from earlier were taken out by Mutalists and by Zerglings. Mine shots not getting the best connections in the end here. There is a planetary here, which, I mean, Soul doesn't have enough to bust on through that. He has chitinous plating, but only 2 Ultras, and Solar can't really make too much more of that. He has a very impressive mineral bank, not too much gas on his hands, and he's spending it right now on Banelings.
Yeah, the problem is that there's a lot of momentum going Solar's way. Solar is up 40 supply. He won that engagement so handily, and yeah.
A lot of that supply is in drones, however. KeeN has
True.
reached a point of Terran where he doesn't want to be making too many SCVs. He wants to be relying a lot more on his mules when it comes to his mining, which is actually a little bit worrisome. KeeN doesn't have too many minerals going his way, but I mean, that's a good thing. Oh man, the friendly fire! Right on top of the medevac.
Exactly, the medevac did go down, and now the Lingbane he has enough to crash into this planetary. The planetary instantly goes down.
And you know what? Not too many links left here for Solar, but that doesn't matter. GG is called. He could reinforce that regardless. And Solar taking that series 2-1. Kind of a result we were all expecting, but KeeN definitely made Solar work for it.
Yeah. I forgot about the but the Korean cast is to come in.
Oh no. Wait, wasn't he new in that series? In that game?
No. GG! That's what I was waiting for. Because Solar does take the series 2-0 over KeeN.
You know that thing where you say something, but you don't actually like internalize it and you don't understand it. I'm like, yeah, Solar taking that series 2-1. We're gonna go into game number 3. That's what my brain was thinking. It's because it's like we didn't cast game number 1, so game number 1 didn't happen.
Shaking my head. But yes, congratulations, Solar. Honestly, KeeN, he played so well that game. Like, I was really impressed with how he was able to keep up. But as we saw, once those ultras came out, like, oh god, Solar just rolled over KeeN.
Just like so. And KeeN, I feel, definitely had a bit of a chance there when it came to fighting the Ultralists.
Mm-hmm.
He had a pretty hefty Marauder count, but Solar was well aware of that. He knew exactly what he had to take out in order to be ahead when it came to armies or army compositions by the time the Ultras came in, and man, the friendly fires didn't help either.
It didn't help at all. Like, that was some crazy friendly fire. Like, the Woodmine shots taking out the medevacs as they were trying to retreat. Oh god, feels bad, man.
Feels pretty dang bad.
Oh god. Meanwhile, oh god, we ended up missing a series just because it's a bit of a shame. I specifically wanted to get into Solar versus KeeN because he does have a pretty amazing opponent ahead of him, but we just got word that Coffee
We could always just leave this.
Coffee does forfeit.
No!
Yeah.
I wanted more builds.
I know. I wanted to cast Coffee as well. I was really looking forward to it, but feels bad, man.